Morning everybody. This video is just kind of a quick rambletron of a question that I've gotten asked many times over the last couple years that I've not been able to discuss on the topic until now. That question is it possible to run a stock drive-by-wire C5 throttle body on an LSA Supercharger that has a Olson Custom Works modified Corvette spacing snout? As you can see by this here camera shot, yes, it is in fact possible to use your stock throttle body. What did it take to make that happen? I had to stack two, not one, but two Amazon 3-bolt to 4-bolt throttle body adapters. And the reason why I had to stack two of them is because we needed to gain clearance for the throttle actuator motor and the pulley, or the bolts on the pulley. With just one spacer, the bolts just grazed the throttle actuator motor. No copyright strikes. Here's a quick shot of the spacers. I'll throw this in the middle of the video somewhere. I had to use an appropriate length Allen screw. The Allen screws that come with the spacer are going to be too short when you double stack these spacers to make that throttle body work. So you're going to need to add the thickness of a spacer worth of threads onto the length of these Allen screws to make this work. The other thing that I forgot to mention that's really important is the old fresh air supply tube on the throttle body. This guy right here's got to be twisted around and pointed straight down and capped. So if you insist on using your stock throttle body, you're going to have to find an alternate fresh air source. In my case, I'm using this nipple right here on my intake tube to feed the PCV system. So just one more thing to think about. Now the next thing that you're going to ask is, hey Mr. Black, why is the throttle body upside down? Well, because it has to be. You can't physically fit the Corvette C5 throttle body on an LSA Supercharger and keep the OEM alternator bracket, because the throttle actuator motor goes straight into the bracket. That's no bueno. So flip this guy over, which it's currently upside down, and you can make it work. The next hurdle that you have to overcome, I can't say this for absolute fact, because I have a custom throttle actuator wire harness in my car. If you're using the OEM C5 Corvette wire harness, you may have to extend the wires to reach your throttle actuator motor and your TPS sensor, because the thing's flipped over. So the connectors are now on the wrong side of the engine, if that makes sense. I didn't do this just to make a video on the topic. I was doing some troubleshooting. Also part of the reason why there's a custom throttle body wire harness on this car. I was having some severe problems with reduced engine power that were wiring related. I've probably got about 1,500 miles on running the blower with the stock C5 throttle body, and honestly I don't recommend it unless you're just trying to get your car up and running. This throttle body, no doubt in my mind, is sucking at least 50 rear wheel horsepower out of this combination, because it's basically acting like a restrictor plate. And before anybody says, oh well, my buddy made 800 and some odd wheel horsepower with his turbo LS in his insert whatever vehicle, well, there's a big difference between blowing through one of these throttle bodies and sucking through one of these throttle bodies. PD blowers are incredibly sensitive to intake restriction. So just something to think about. I just wanted to make this video because I'm getting ready to change the cam in this motor again, and I need to get all this torn apart, so I wanted to make a video on the topic before I tore it all apart, because that's coming off of there and I'm going back to a Gold Blade LS3 throttle body. So anyways, that's all I've got for my how to make a stock C5 throttle body work on an LSA Supercharger and an LS swap. Drive-by-wire. Drive-by cable, you're on your own. Anyways, tune in for more, and I'm gonna get this cam swapped out. If y'all want to see what cam goes in there and have some sound bites of that, hopefully that video will be up in the next week or two. Till then, we'll see you on the next one.